Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
Are discussing Lizzo. Watch out for the big girls.
Watch out for the big girls.
So, as we know, Lizzo has been a trending topic this week regarding some of her backup dancers or former backup dancers. They've accused her of multiple charges, such as sexual assault or sexual harassment, um, wrongful termination. What else? Religion, trying to instill religious beliefs because that was the choreographer or the manager. Lizzo was accused of forcing people to eat bananas out of somebody else's vagina in Amsterdam. And again, all this is allegedly. But yeah, they are accusing. There's some very like disturbing charges that she's being currently being charged with. And so I'm kind of sad because I always rep for Lizzo. That's my, you know. But when you heard about that, Adrian, what was your thoughts?
Honestly, I still I don't believe it just yet. Um, I think it's I think I want to hear the rest of the story. I want to hear her side because I think she, much like you, I love the fact that she tries to help people embrace body image and to love themselves and motivate and inspire those who are, you know, plus size. And so it was hard for me to even think that she would do some of these things that she's accused of. So that was my first thought. And if she has done these things, of course, we need to make sure that she is um, has some consequences behind it. But I still I'm on the fence with it. I need to see some more of the story.
Mona, what were your thoughts?
There's a thin line between employer and employee. And when you're running a business, you have to remember that you have to separate friendships, personal from business. Those are not your friends, those are your employees because if you fire them,
Mhm.
they're going to come back. And, you know, people are trying to get their 5 minutes of fame nowadays. They don't have a problem suing you. And when I first saw it, it was very disheartening for me because Lizzo has been a champion or advocate for body positivity and for the ladies to allegedly accuse her of body shaming. Uh, that's not a good look.
I agree. It was disheartening, and again, I know that these are just the charges that were brought up this week. I know more will possibly come out. From what I understand, Lizzo's camp has already like dropped some of the videos of one of the accusers who was saying that they was wrongfully terminated and they was kind of threatened about if they gained too much weight then they would be terminated. But that same individual, after accusing, all these accusations are coming out, this same individual literally auditioned to be on not one but both seasons of Watch Out for the Big Girls. So if this boss, being Lizzo, or the woman that's trying to, convert her to Christianity, um, if they're so bad, right? If they did these things that make you feel away, why would you then go back to wanting to work up under them? That's something I don't get. Would you Would you do that?
And my thing is, it really out of the ordinary for you to, especially in those type of assignments or jobs where maybe you're a model and they have hired you because you're going to be a petite model wearing a size 7
Mhm.
and you gain weight, you are out of contract.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I don't see that there's a big difference because if you gain weight and we hired you to be size 14 because this is the look that we want and it's specific in your contract to stay at a size 14, then I don't see that there's a problem with that. I know it doesn't look good. It looks like, oh, you're firing her because she got fat. No, we're firing her because she didn't stick to what she was supposed to do.
Mhm.
And I think that was one of the parts that I seen a couple of the girls talking about that, now she want to be mad at them because they gained weight. No, it's a little bit deeper than that. I think when you have a contract, you have to adhere to those rules and regulations in that contract, or you can't be fired. And that goes with skinny girls, fat girls, and everybody else who are in that field of either modeling or dancing or whatever the case may be. Right?
I agree.
What was your question?
Would you want to work for someone? Why would you want to work for someone that you claim did these horrendous things to you?
Okay,
Because
I got
after,
it.
okay,
Okay.
cool.
So here's the answer. Well, my answer to that question. They still got to make a living. They still got to have a job. A lot of people in corporate America that are on these jobs, they will take the abuse. They will take, the discrimination. They will take the jokes that you make about them until they find another job. And most people do not want to be the first person to come out and say that I've been discriminated, I've been harassed, because then there's a lot of backlash that comes with that. I think she was genuine
Mhm.
in how she believed, what she believed. She thought it was a great experience. She loved it. She wanted to be like her and everything. And sometimes that tough love is a part of the industry, the job that you take on.
It is, but it's just like I guess I'm gonna just I'll put Lizzo to the side for one small second. I experienced working for an employer where the boss was like very, very unorthodox. He was bipolar, and medically he was diagnosed with that, right? So we knew when he would come in the office dressed a certain way, we knew he didn't take his medication. And when he didn't take his medication, he would snap on everything. Like he would do things that he normally, wouldn't do. Case in point, in this particular situation, he walked into the office. He called the receptionist a bitch and then went into his office. He went into his office, pulled out a cigarette, started smoking. Most people know in California, you can't smoke in offices. If you're going to smoke, you got to do it outside. So one of the ladies walked up to him because she said, I have asthma. Can you please not smoke in here? Thinking that she could talk to him. He grabbed her by her hair, threw her out the office, and said, you're fired. Right? She sued. They settled. That was that. Some things happened at that particular firm where I experienced a situation. And so I filed my complaint. Things were remedied and I left. I didn't go back. I didn't try to work for that company. I didn't want to, I went and found something else. And so I'm just thinking, like, if you're saying this took place and this happened, let's say for a tour in Lizzo's case, right? Um, it was all fine and great, all fine until you were not, let back onto the next tour. Because that was the other thing they brought up was the fact that they had to audition. She made them audition after they had already been selected. But when they came back from tour, she said, you guys got to audition. And they said that it was a 12-hour audition. And so they had a problem with that. So if I have a problem with how you run your business, I have a problem with how you're trying to convert me to Christianity, if I have a problem with how you strongly encourage me to eat a banana between a woman's legs, right? I'm not coming back. I'm gone. I'm gonna find something else to do. I'm finding another job. But she didn't. After all this supposedly happened, again, she came back. She auditioned for Watch Out for the Big Girls, the season, and said, "Hey y'all, I'm back. I know, you guys are wondering why am I here, but I love Lizzo."
Mm.
And so now it becomes a question. Do you love Lizzo, or is this like a money thing? Like I don't know. What do you think?
Well, there was a time, or there was a part of the allegations that said that they could not work for anybody else, but they didn't want to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, if I recall, first they were trying to negotiate 25%, then they were trying to negotiate 50%. So you got these girls on the ledge. You got these women, around their neck. They're in the chokehold. Adrian, because I'm not trying to be funny, but you said there was a contract, and if you gain weight, you violate your contract. How do we know there was a contract?
We don't.
Okay, and so I'm going to go off of that. Watch out for the big girls.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's this rule that how big can you get? I don't even know what to say. You search to look for your tribe.
Right.
And I'm a big girl. And all my friends are big girls.
Right.
We're supposed to get along. How are big girls, fat girls,
Mm-hmm.
obese girls,
Mm-hmm.
out of shape girls, body shaming each other? I weigh 200. Hold on.
Okay.
I weigh 200. You weigh 205.
Mm-hmm.
You fatter than me.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen women online talking about with your fat ass, but you're fat too.
Right. Right.
So I think it is very disheartening for you to think that you found your spot and you'll get shamed for gaining weight. And let me add this, because Lizzo will get her fat ass on a picture, butt ass naked. She went to the Laker game and showed her ass, and then she will get on a video and say, you guys are teasing me for being fat and leave me alone. But if it's true, because ours is alleged,
right?
You wrong for that. You wrong for that. You wrong for making them ladies look any less. I don't care if they lost 5 pounds. I mean, gained 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. This is the Fat Girl Show. So if it wasn't in the contract, you wrong for that.
So here's what I'm thinking, and I'm just basing it on the recent tour that I keep seeing all across my social media handles which is Beyonce. From what I understand, they are, they sign a contract. You notice they go through change of clothes for different performance, different songs, etc.
Right.
You have to fit whatever it is they fit you for when they made those clothes for you for that concert or for that particular, for the tour. So hypothetically, and again, since this is just allegedly, if you're fitted and clothes are, designed for you for that size, the way you were when you started that tour, it would make sense to me for you to still be that size throughout the tour. But if throughout the tour, all of a sudden you go from hypothetical, let's say a size 16 to a size 22, and this is hypothetical because it's alleged, right? But if you do that, I can see how that would be a problem because the clothes were already designed with the size you signed up with. So I could see how they could be like, look, if you go up one more size, we're gonna have to, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to let you go because they don't have time to sit there and be like, now we got to cross somebody back out and create a whole new outfit for it because they already charge us more for being big anyway. They have to sit there and create new stuff because you didn't put on all this weight.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry. Nah.
Yes, I get that, Nisha.
Okay, I get that. However, how many of us have been a size medium and gained weight? We'll say we a size
you
large.
Can't even get this shit out. I know this about to be fucked up.
And we still squeeze in to that size medium. We do it all the time.
Nah.
So to your point of them making the uniform, the uniform is still big, but I'm still a little fluffy. I'm a little more
A lot
fluffy.
more
No,
fluffy.
now your
But
belly
I-
That
hanging
shit is
over the
hanging over
thing.
now.
But still, I ain't busted out. I ain't busted out shit.
You're going to with all that
I
damage.
They-
ain't did it yet though.
Okay.
So
You can
you get a
address
little
it.
warning. You get a little warning.
Yeah. So did they get some?
It's
I'm
like-
sure.
I think that's what it
I'm
was.
sure she probably
They got a
probably
warning.
3 strikes.
They
3
got a
strikes.
warning. Like they like,
Your
look
fat
now.
ass is getting too goddamn
They
big.
like, look now. You didn't went up a size. Okay. Look now. You didn't went up another size. Look, we've
Okay.
adjusted your clothes twice now. So if we do this a third time, I'm sorry, but
'Cause
we're gonna
then-
have to let you go.
Right.
And that makes sense to me. And I know people are thinking like, but it's Lizzo. But no, if you're going on tours and you guys are doing your changes, because you know they're doing changes and whatnot when they're
Exactly.
performing different songs, and you can't fit that. Right, you can't fit that. Girl, we can't fit this. What we
They
gonna do?
gotta call the
Now we
seamstress.
gotta call somebody to
The
try to
seamstress
sit
gotta
there.
remake
You
it,
say
put
it.
another zipper in
You
there.
sit here. You can't
Don't turn
perform.
around.
Yeah.
You can't
You just
perform
stand in
this
the
one.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't turn around and
Yeah,
twerk. You just
exactly.
stand this
'Cause
way
your whole ass is gonna
because
be
your
out.
shit gonna rip. Like I get it. I'm not mad at Lizzo for saying that.
That part I totally get, because I remember when they used to, do that with people that they say they were anorexic,
Mhm.
and maybe they did have an eating disorder.
Mhm.
Not making fun of them at all, but if they started out and this is the look we wanted, this fuller look, this healthy look, and then all of a sudden your eating disorder kicked in, I'm not firing you because of your eating disorder. I'm firing you because you cannot fulfill the contract.
Right.
And that's, as hurtful as it may be, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Sorry, whether
Mhm.
it's Lizzo or Beyonce
yeah,
or
whoever.
Mona or whatever. After a while, and your ass. After a while, you're gonna be like,
Booty.
"Look, motherfucker, you didn't gain too much goddamn weight. One more time, and you out. You out, and you know it."
Because you know, when you go to plus size, the price done gone up.
Exactly. More material that they pull in. And shit going up multiple sizes. I can see them like, look, it's right here. You don't remember you signed this right here? This right here in the contract? And I think another mistake that people make too, and Lizzo might be guilty of this. And again, because we know it's allegedly, sometimes when you new to being a boss, you don't separate yourself from your employees. You just think everybody friends. So if your friends are together and whatnot, and y'all go to Amsterdam, y'all going to look at different stuff like, oh, but if your employees is looking at you as a boss as opposed to friendship, I can see how the two can intertwine and become a problem. Because if she's with her friends having a good time in Amsterdam, doing whatever they doing with bananas, she probably didn't think anything about it. But now that you're no longer working for her, now you're suing. Now it's like, oh, she coerced me into eating a banana out of this woman's, again, allegedly. She coerced me into eating a banana out of a woman's legs and da 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 da. You can't make me do something I don't want to do. That's one. And as bosses, you got to know when to keep it separate. Like, now we can't play no more because I'm a boss and you work up under me. You're an employee. There's rules to this. There's legal laws that we got to abide by. So I can't hang with you like that no more unless you quit. I mean, I can't do that. So
Okay, so there's a part in the lawsuit where they said a lot of the women, they did whatever she said because then they got the best roles or the best positions or whatever. And the problem that I have is that they were not allowed to make a decision or not to go out of fear. And they weren't told, oh, we're going to the new bar.
mm-hmm.
So once you tell me we're going to the new bar, I'm like, yes, or I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't discredit me when I don't want to participate.
Right.
And that is a part of the lawsuit that they didn't know. So now we thinking we go into like a nice little show and they popping bananas out their holes and stuff. Oh, wait a minute.
Suck this banana.
Yeah. And then they said that, they asked the girl to do it. She didn't want to do it. They were like, do it. And 2 or 3 times she said no. And then she finally gave in. And then they started laughing at her. There's a security guard that she told him to take it off, and he took it off. And you have to let people make the choices that they make, and not out of fear that they will lose their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And like Nisha said, Me and my girls can go. You have to separate that.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. People are keeping a paper trail on you.
Yes.
We
They
know
watching.
that on a normal job. Oh, Adrian looked at me crazy today at 10:30. I'm gonna write that down. Because when they go to HR, they got a paper trail. They got some proof. This is what happened. This was the time. This was the date. This is where we were. And you have to be mindful of that. Those are not your homegirls. You want to do that extracurricular, go to Amsterdam and suck on bananas and stuff. Do it by some stuff.
You can't take everybody with you.
You can't take everybody with you. Some of your dirt you got to do by yourself.
Yeah.
No
Huge
witnesses.
lesson.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
Hopefully she learned.
Yeah, there used to be a thing called code, but there used to be a thing called artist development and management development and all these things. And, you know, they're trying to cut out the middleman now. So they're doing everything on their own. So they're not cognitive of what's going on and what they should and should not be doing. And, you know, having that sounding board. So say, hey, Nisha, I'm going to take these girls to the, what you think?
Yes.
Okay, let me call Asia.
Your PR people.
Yeah, your people, your personal assistants, your people that got your back, that's looking out for your well-being.
Redirect you.
Right. No, that ain't cool.
Right.
Because she a Christian.
Right.
You know, she I don't know about that one.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, watch this thing get bigger, because all it usually takes is one person to blow the whistle. And then somebody else gets the courage to say, yeah, she did this to me too. And yes, she just did this to me. Well, it may start off with just the two little chunky ones. And now it's going to be a whole bunch more that's going to come out and say something of things that have occurred.
Well, a makeup artist has come out.
Yes.
A young lady that was doing a documentary for her.
Yes. She quit after 2 weeks.
And like I say, it's a domino effect. Once that one person come out,
that's it.
Everybody starts coming.
And this stuff could have happened way long time ago.
Yes.
And it looks like we're about to get paid. Me too.
Yeah,
right.
Me too.
Yep.
Right.
Me too.
Because now her current boyfriend, his ex-girlfriend just came out too, because she said Lizzo, you know, took her man from her, you know, before she blew up.
10 years. They were
there was one that said that she squared up like she was gonna sock her.
Yes,
and
that's one of the ones that's
had to
doing.
come and pull her away.
Yeah, Lizzo balled her fist. They said Lizzo balled her fist and was cussing, because she confronted her because they had let the other girl go, and so because they said while they was trying out, she was afraid to go to the bathroom, so she pissed on herself. So there's that part of the allegation too.
See, they be talking about they a boss bitch. You don't know how to be a boss. When you're the boss, you don't speak to the dancers. You don't direct the dancers. You get your personal assistant, and she did, because that lady they after her too. You get her to do all that. Now, when she report back and she sees some pushback, or she see that somebody don't understand, or somebody's a little confused, then you redirect that energy and you correct it. But they're not supposed to see you like the homie all the time. When I come in, it's for business. You're supposed to respect me. Oh shit, here come Nisha. Let me get my shit together. Hey girl, you know. So yeah. And then they were saying kind of racial discrimination, because they were calling the African American dancers lazy, but they weren't calling the other women. So they're suing for all kinds of things.
They trying to come up with all kind of charges.
You know, once you get a lawyer that takes on this thing, if he think he can make a buck, he coming with
That's why
we can add that. We can add this.
Yeah. So let me ask you, I'll start with you, Adrian. If you were in Lizzo's position right now, and you know your attorney is coming to you with the allegations, and he has a recommendation, they can either say, no, we're not settling for this, we don't go to court and fight it, or we could settle out of court privately and just, you know, for an undisclosed amount. What would you do?
If I really felt strongly that I didn't do anything wrong, I would just go ahead and fight it, because her reputation is on the line at this point. I think, much like Mo said, you need to have some people in your corner, in your circle, that are going to redirect you and let you know, hey, this is inappropriate. But if she knows she's done this, she may want to, I would think her attorney would be guiding her in the direction of just, you know, settling this thing and a lesson learned. You know better next time that
Mhm.
you need to do this. And I think she should make some type of public apology to those ladies. To she made a mistake. And that it happens.
Mhm.
But like we were saying, she ain't used to being a boss. So since you're not, you need to have people in your circle that have your run everything by somebody
Mhm.
so that you don't get caught up like this.
Mona.
We don't know if she has the money to pay him off right
Mhm.
off the top.
Mhm.
So if they're lying, let's take it to the 12.
Mhm.
If I think about my reputation, I'm not paying off liars.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully she has some money to do either or.
Okay. For me, I think as I was speaking with somebody else about it, I said I think I would have privately settled, and made them sign some agreements where they couldn't talk about it, so that nobody else can get the idea of I could sue her too.
Yeah.
But I think I would have settled before it got big, because Lizzo got other businesses besides her singing, right? She has the clothing line, she has the show, and then of course she has her vocal, thing for when she goes on tour and all that. So I think in this case I probably would have settled, but I definitely would have made some changes, like we gonna put these rules in place going forward. I don't get to party with the people I work with. That's number one. We don't get to overwork them past a certain amount. Two, and we're gonna put it in contract that you're not supposed to. If you start it this way, you need to stay this area, and here's the reasons why. Bop, 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 bop. I probably would just do that if that were me. But we're gonna see what's happening coming soon, because the charges, everything just came out this week. And again, it's disheartening because Lizzo's kind of like that public face right now for the big girls, and so I hate to hear it, but final thoughts.
I feel bad for her. Like I said, there is some stuff that we don't know if it's factual. And I'm waiting for that part to come out to see if in fact she did some of this stuff, because I really had mad respect for her initially, because I thought she was in a position to just help those who struggle with body image issues. But overall, I think the thing that stands out to me the most is have somebody on your team that's going to guide you, your PR person, whomever that is going to put you in a position where, where you either give a disclaimer, hey, you can come with us. It's strictly voluntary. It's not required for you to go. But if you want to come and party, you can't, whatever. But be very clear that, you can stay back. And like you said, you can't be friends with everybody. You just can't. Your job is to boss up and handle your business and make that business grow. And it does not always include partying with your staff.
Yeah. Mona?
I would say that as you get bigger, too much that is given, much is required. Stay humble. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. And I hope it works out for everybody. I think this is a teaching moment for Lizzo. Do better. That's my final thought.
Yeah, I just say, hopefully they can come to a speedy resolution. I'm sure she can learn from this. And for those in business, you got to know there's like this rule that you separate business from pleasure. You separate, once you're in that higher position, you don't get to hang with the employees like that, because it can come with consequences. You want to hang out, go with your friends. Don't make your employees your friend. And that'll be my final thought until we get, some updated news as far as where, what's going to come about with this. So this is BGP. Please like, share, subscribe. We got another live coming shortly. So stay tuned and we're out. Bye.